What does it mean to have enrichment in one's life? How do you build that? Can enrichment come from woodworking? What about enrichment for your pets? How do you go about making their life more fulfilling? And again, can it come from woodworking? A while back, I built our cat Freya what we call the cat wall. I'll leave a link to that video below. Freya loves her cat wall. She lounges on it all the time, taking naps or just keeping an eye on everything from up high. My initial goal was to give her a place that she could climb to fulfill her natural cat instincts without climbing on all of our display shelves. But seeing how much she loves it, I started thinking about expanding her environment, looking at ways I could make it even better for her. Freya spends a huge amount of time staring out the windows. We call it cat TV. She watches birds, squirrels, rabbits, whatever might be hopping around in our yard. So the plan for this expansion is to bring the cat wall over toward the window and provide her with a place to watch cat TV from up high. So I started by ripping down this sheet of MDF into strips wide enough to be shelves. The measurement was pretty simple. We found some shelf brackets that we liked on Amazon. I'll link to those below. And I'll just cut the width to fit right in them. The length will be based on the length of my walls and where I wanted the shelves to be located. I'd love to do this with a track saw, but I don't own one. So I'm using my circular saw and Grandpa's old saw guide. This is the Cutter's Edge, made by Hirsch way back in the day. Let's just call it the grandfather of the track saw. The most important part of this will be some sort of drop-down section where Freya can lay while looking out the window, so sort of a hanging box. So I'll need to cross-cut the parts for the hanging shelf next. I also had this idea of a sort of cat house at the end of the shelf, serving two purposes. One, I want to give her a place to hide if she wants to, sort of a security cubby. And B, more importantly, a way to create an end that she can't jump off of, or at least one that she's less interested in jumping off of. So we'll cross-cut all the parts for that as well. Being MDF, I decided to just go with pocket holes here. I need to hold the weight of our Maine Coon, who could get about 16 pounds when fully grown. So I'm hoping the pocket holes will provide enough strength to hold her weight. I'm fairly comfortable that it'll be fine. With my pocket holes drilled, I can start assembling the sections, starting with this hanging shelf. The pocket holes will also allow me to disassemble this later for whatever reason. You'll notice that the shelf is wider on one side than the sides are. That's on purpose. It'll make more sense later. With the hanging shelf and the cat house assembled, we can move into the living room. The first thing to do was to find the center of my window and get those brackets mounted. These two center brackets will be just to the sides of the hanging shelf, and the cat house will go at the far end. Now, the brackets above the window can go directly into the header that resides under the drywall. I know there's a header there because I've built houses in my younger years, and there's no other way to hold up the roof without a header there. These brackets on the adjacent wall can go in the studs at each side of the wall opening, keeping me from needing to do a bunch of stud locating there as well. The only trick here is to miss the metal corner bead they use underneath the drywall. And a laser level helps keep everything lined up. With the bulk of the brackets installed, I can bring in the first shelf. Yeah, perfect. Now this last bracket, I didn't even bother trying to find a stud. I just placed the bracket where I wanted it and used drywall anchors. I'm fairly sure they will hold up a cat, even a chonky one like Freya. And with the last bracket in place, it's time to start mounting the rest of the shelves. Under Freya's watchful eye, of course. Now, these shelves will have the hanging shelf attached to them, so I wanted to set the overhang here to the same distance as the thickness of my material. And then after taking everything back outside to apply finish, I just used boiled linseed oil here. We can start mounting everything for the final time. And that one was a bit of a stretch for my 5' 10" self. And we're just using the screws provided in the bracket kits to mount these here, no fancy hardware. And with a bit of assistance from my lovely wife to get this hanging shelf held in place, we can pocket screw that in place as well. And with everything assembled and the help of some cat treats, we can try to teach her how to get up there. Yeah, I think that works the way I envisioned it. And I think she likes it. Does it add more enrichment to her life? I guess only time will tell. But leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this project. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, everybody.
You eat lumpia?
Yeah.
Eat lumpia. You don't have to, I pre-cook, everything is cooked, all you have to do is, and that's empanada.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very
They got some, maybe you're allergic to shrimp, you're allergic.
Oh, yeah, I love
Okay, because I put some shrimp and eggs in it.
Okay.
It gets good one, you know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna say it works. I don't know where you're going. Okay, yep.